I hop in his truck, okay? So I hop in his truck, and immediately I'm like, this is weird. It's your girl Celia, and I am back with another video. Today we are going to have this crazy story time, as y'all can tell by the title, where I tell you about this time that I got flew out by this guy. I won't be saying his name or anything, but I got flew out by this guy, and it was just a very terrible experience. And if he's watching this, I'm sorry, but I gotta tell the truth. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. But anyways, if y'all would like to see the video, please like, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Disclaimer, I won't be telling you guys his name and any information relating back to him, because I mean, I don't want to put his business out there or nothing like that. But I just gotta tell y'all how crazy this experience was. And if you see me keep looking down, I got an order coming, so I keep looking at my phone because, like, I'm hungry. It is currently 10:36 at night. I'm about to tell y'all this crazy story, but I am literally starving at the very moment. So yeah, whatever. So anyways, let's get into the story time. So this was like almost like a year ago now, and at the time I was, of course, single, and I was living my best life. I'm still single, but anyway, so I was single at the time, and this guy, he split up on me. And so he's like, you know, I think you're cute, da 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 da, like whatever the case may be. He was an athlete. And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll give this guy a try. Like, we'll see how this goes or whatever. So long story short, we kind of like got to know each other a little bit. So we got to know each other a little bit, and off rip, I felt like it was like a good conversation. We was having like a cool, you know, we was conversating, whatever the case may be, and it was fine. Nothing was wrong. So anyways, then he continued. He's like, you know, I want to see you. Like, I want you to come out here to see me or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, well, are you going to buy the flight? Because I'm not about to pay to come see you. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not buying my flight out there. Anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, this is about to get so wild. Y'all gonna be like, what the heck? So anyways, he booked the flight. I get to the airport, and oddly enough, I got to the airport at a good time. I have one of those what is it called, like clear. So I have clear, so I got through really, you know, relatively quickly. But for some odd reason, I missed the flight. And this flight, it was early in the morning. I mean, it was probably for like 10 a.m., 9 a.m., getting out there like 1 o'clock. So I missed that flight. The next flight out was like maybe at like 4 o'clock. So when that flight came around, they were like, hey, if someone don't show up for their flight or whatever, you can have the seat. Like, you know what I'm saying? So literally, y'all, I cannot make this up. I'm at the airport like, I'm gonna get on the 4 o'clock one. Like, somebody gonna miss it. Wrong. Mind you, I'm going to Tennessee. Okay? I'm going to literally Tennessee. Nobody is out there. I'm going to somewhere where nobody is at. Like, who is going out there? And it was like a random day. It wasn't like a Friday. It was like a Monday or something, or like a Tuesday. So anyways, I'm like, everybody, like, somebody's gonna miss their flight. You gotta be at least one person gonna miss their flight. Wrong. Everybody made their flight. Then on top of that, okay, it was one person that actually missed, or was about to miss it. I was getting ready to sit in the seat on the flight, and they come banging on the door to the, like, you know how, like, when you get ready to get on the airplane, you go through the door, and then you go through like the airplane door. They were banging on that door, because once all the like people get in, they close that door, then they get ready, they get everybody on the plane, and they close the plane door. No, that person was banging on the door. So they come to me, they're like, hey, like, the person came, like, they here for their seat, like, you got to get up. And I'm like, whoa, like, this is crazy. So this is literally God telling me time after time again, like, listen, Bookie, you probably need to stay in Houston. But I didn't take it no for no answer. I didn't take it no for no answer. I'm like, I text him, I'm like, hey, just to let you know, I'm probably not gonna get up there until like super late, which the next available seat was on a super late flight, like 7 o'clock. I was getting out there like 9 o'clock. It was super bad, like super late. So anyways, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just wait or whatever. y'all, wait till it's my time to get on the flight. Get on the flight. The flight was already a little shaky, a little weird. I'm telling you, I had so many weird moments where I should have just taken the idea to not even go. Anyways, I'm on the flight a little weird, whatever, and I fly United. So I'm, you know, looking like what's going on, because it's supposed to be a good, easy, nice flight. Y'all, I get to Tennessee, or I get to my destination, right? And I hit him up. I'm like, hey, like, you know, I'm here, whatever. At this moment, like, this is literally like a year ago. I mean, I'm looking cute. My hair is done. My makeup's done. I'm looking fly. Like, I'm looking really cute. So he's like, okay, well, I'm on the way. He gets there. He's outside, y'all. First off, I hop in the car. I hop in his truck, okay? So I hop in his truck, and immediately I'm like, this is weird. This man automatically tells me, like, oh, I didn't get a haircut, da 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 da, like, whatever. And so I'm just looking like, first off, I think my main focus was the fact that the truck smelled like weed. Okay, this is first impression type stuff right here. Truck smelled like straight up dank. Okay, he just looked really high, and then he just didn't look like he was meeting someone for the first time. It was given like, I've seen you multiple times. Like, he just wore something regular. Like, it wasn't given for me on the first meetup. And I said something about it. I told him that, you know, I wasn't really like expecting him to come like that. Like, not in a bad way, but I just was like, you know, like, it's a little dankish in here. You know what I mean? And I don't smoke weed, so I'm just like, it was just a little overwhelming. But anyways, continue. So we're driving to the spot or whatever. And we get to his spot. Nice, he had a nice place, like on the outside. I'm like, oh, this is super nice. So he rolled up the, you know, the garage, and I seen all his, like, you know, he had like different toys, like, you know, he had different stuff or whatever. Like, he'll have like four-wheelers and stuff like that, which I love a four-wheeler, because, you know, originally, like, I like to be in the country. My great-grandparents have, you know, a house on some acres, and we be having four-wheelers and stuff. So yeah, I was definitely feeling it. That was a positive of it. So y'all, going through the garage, getting this man's house, and I'm walking in his house, like, his house is not clean. Like, this is just all the signs. Like, this is just crazy. Anyways, his house was not clean. Okay, and he made a comment where he's like, oh, my cleaning lady, like, she's coming next week or something. And I'm just like, you knew about this trip. We planned this trip, like, I mean, 2 weeks in advance. It wasn't no pop up out of nowhere, like, hey, like, tomorrow type stuff. Like, no, it was definitely like 2 weeks planned in advance. I'm thinking to myself, we planned this 2 weeks ago. Why is the house dirty? Why didn't you clean it yourself? Like, what the heck? So anyways, continue. Okay. After we're in this dirty townhome, it's very dirty. And you know, I can understand a little bit of like something going on, because I understand that his work schedule probably was like really busy, whatever. That's cool. But I mean, it was dirty, like trashy. Anyways, to continue. So out of nowhere, he opens up this door and was like, oh, I got a dog. Lets out this big dog. I'm talking about, the dog was huge, and the dog was really like friendly, which I love dogs. I love animals. But I just feel like I wasn't expecting that on the first meetup. So he opens up the door, and this huge dog, y'all. I'm talking about a big pit bull like dog, just huge, come running straight up to me and very friendly. So jumps on me like whatever. And I'm like, yo, like, this is the first meetup, bro. Like, you got your dog jumping on me. You got me in this dirty house. Like, I cannot make this up. I really can't. So I had to buckle up because literally, y'all, I was there for 3 days. I want to say 3 days. I was going to be there for 3 days, right? I should have never even went. But anyway, so day one, I want to say when I got there at night, I believe I told him, like, you know, I was hungry or something, because I think I was hungry at the time. And I want to say we probably just ordered something or whatever. And so the first day, okay, mind y'all, I told you he was super, super duper duper high. So when he finally like settled down and we sat down, mind you, I sat on the couch. The dog is literally like laying all over me, like in my space. Like I have no space. The dog is just there. And it was just such a big dog. Like it was a really big dog. And so anyways, he come on the sofa, he's sitting next to me, and we're watching TV. I'm talking about literally 5 minutes later, knocked out. Dude is asleep. And I'm like, yo, like this kid not be real right now. Because, I mean, the time, it probably was like 9:30, 10. And I'm like, yo, like, what do you got going on? Like, huh? So anyways, long story short, I woke him up because I'm like, hey, like, you know, are you ready to go to bed? Because I'm sleepy, I'm getting tired. This is probably like an hour later of him snoring and his dog like literally squishing the heck out of me on the sofa. So I'm confused on what's going on because I'm like, there's no way. I just never had someone put me in this type of predicament. I'm like, there's no way he's literally snoring sleep right now and his dog is squishing me in this filthy house. So anyways, he wakes up. He's like, oh, I didn't know I was asleep. We'll do whatever. Mind you, he's super high. Of course you didn't know you were asleep. You're higher than a kite. Like, of course. So he's like, you know, the bed is upstairs. So we go to lay down. I tell him, like, y'all want to get ready for bed. I need to take a shower. Y'all, the bathroom is dirty. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. It was, and if you really know me for real, y'all, you would know that I hate public restrooms because I feel like public restrooms is just, it's a no-no for me because I feel like it's like dirty. Y'all, I was literally like not even comfortable to use this restroom. That's how bad it was. So anyways, take a shower or whatever because I was not gonna lay down without taking a shower. Took a shower, lay down, and this man I'm talking about high as a kite, come and cuddles me. And I'm like, and when he cuddles me, I don't know whether he didn't expect for me to feel uncomfortable because I'm like, one, I've been uncomfortable since I got in your truck. Then to end things off, you're laying here, and I want to say maybe he had on some like boxers or something. There's no reason why I should be able to feel your little walkie-talkie thing, whatever. It's no reason why I should feel that on my back right now. And we haven't even had a real conversation this whole time. It just did not make sense to me. Like, it just wasn't added up. So anyways, I felt like he can feel me being uncomfortable. So he kind of like scooted off of me and I went to sleep. Mind y'all, he had work the next day. Okay. This is where the story starts to get juicy. So he has work the next day. I sleep in a little later because I work nightlife. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I work nightlife. So I sleep until maybe like 10, 11. Mind you, this man works. So, of course, like, he gets up and he goes to whatever practice or whatever early in the morning. So, at the time, I'm asleep. Out of nowhere, I'm knocked out. And maybe at like 9 a.m., his big dog literally comes, run up and gets in the bed. That just means your dog already sleeps in the bed, which, you know, nothing against that. But, like, I feel like he should have been on some different stuff because I'm company. Like, I just felt like he should have like had his dog like maybe put up or something until I felt like comfortable for stuff like that. But anyways, dog come get in the bed, right? Lays down, fine with it, cool with it, go back to sleep. Get back up, and I'm like, okay, well, now it's 10:30, 11, whatever. Like, you know, I probably need to like get up. And so something just told me to look up. All right. And when I look up, there's a camera. There's a camera. So at first, I'm like, mind y'all, I'm calling my friends because I got to tell them what I'm going through. And I'm like, I wonder if this camera is on. Okay. And so literally, I'm like, it's a camera right there. So now I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's on. I don't even know if this is a real camera. Maybe it's for security reasons and he just put something up there. I don't know. And get up. I'm moving around. Of course, now the dog is up. The dog is moving around. And so he texts me. He's like, hey, which I didn't take a notice of this, but he texted me when I was up. He texted me, he was like, hey, can you put this in a dog food, you know, feed the dog in water. I'm not no housewife. What do you, like, excuse me? So anyways, continue. I get ready and I'm like, okay, I got to get out of this house because now I don't feel comfortable calling my friends because what if these cameras is on? Oh, and when I say cameras with an S, every single room, every single place I move, there was a camera. It was a camera. So I'm like, I can't be in here freely and there's no camera. So he texted me, he's like, hey, if you're hungry, which this is a positive. It's a positive. He texted me, he's like, hey, if you're hungry, if you want anything to eat, if you need some groceries, anything, let me know. And I can send like you something. I can see you some stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I was thinking about like getting out and moving around town or whatever. And he's just like, hey, like, you know, it's not really much going on in town. He was like, but you know, just let me know if you want anything, I'll send it. Like, okay. Cool. So I text him like, hey, you know, yeah, can you send this down the 3rd? And he's like, okay, well, I have some groceries on the way too. If you could just like bring them in the house or something. And so anyways, they drop off the groceries or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just wait on him to come back or whatever the case may be. So it's probably like 1 or 2 o'clock. And I want to say I was maybe upstairs getting ready because again, I was getting ready to get up out of the house. So I just hear him walk in. I just hear him talking. So I'm like, oh, he's back, like whatever. Let me go downstairs and have a conversation with him. Then I hear another voice. I'm like, why would you think it's okay for you to bring you and your homeboys and we still haven't had a full conversation in person? Like, what? So I'm like, and so he calls me or says something to come down there. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming down there. So I stand by the stairs and I'm like, well, I'm getting ready. And I'm just like, why would you have guests over? And we haven't had a full conversation. Anyway, so moving forward, he ends up leaving again. So now I'm like, okay, so I'm on the phone with my homegirls and I'm talking mess because I'm like, bro, like he got cameras everywhere. The house is dirty. Like now I'm getting mad. Now I'm getting upset. Okay. So anyways, because it's just, the plot thickens very much. So anyways, I seriously forgot about this super important part that I experienced, and that's going to also make sense of everything all in y'all. So basically, I did go out to eat my first day, and I forgot to tell y'all that last night because I completely forgot about it. Did go out to eat my first day, and I Ubered. I ordered a black truck because usually when I travel out of town, I order a black truck because of safety. So I get in the black truck, and the man, he's like, oh, you know, you remember me? And I'm like, huh? And he was like, I picked you up from that same address, like, you know, and he said something like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you. He was like, you and your boyfriend. Like, I remember I picked y'all up from this house a couple weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, like my boyfriend, he's at work right now, so da da da. And so he's like, yeah, he was like, I told you already. Like, I don't know if you lost my card or anything, but if you need my services again, let me know. So yeah, y'all remember that. Right. We ended up, okay, so he ended up getting off around like 5. This is the first day. Mind y'all, I'm spending 3 days. This is the first day. So he ended up getting off around like 5, and I'm like, so remember guys, I went out to eat. So I had already texted him. I'm like, hey, that guy, he was saying that he picked a girl up from here. So he was like, oh no, don't never mind him. He don't know what he's talking about. Da da da. He's probably confusing me with another townhome around the corner. Whatever. Believe them. So I get there, and mind y'all, he had groceries already in there. So at the door. So I picked up the groceries and bought them in. This was before he got off. So now he's off. So anyways, order some food, and then he's rolling up like this big blunt. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, like, can I have a full conversation with you while you sober? And he was just like, and I'm like, I don't really see the problem in me asking that, because I mean, we haven't had a full conversation. You haven't been sober. Like, you haven't had a full conversation with me without having to smoke a huge blunt of weed. So he's like, okay, what do you want to talk about? And so, we start having a conversation. But he tells me, he's like, I'm a smoke though, because I'm a smoker, or whatever the case may be. And so I'm like, okay, like, that's fine or whatever. So he smokes fat blunt, again, gets tired, goes to sleep. So now it's time for us to go to sleep this time. And I'm not gonna lie, the second night, he wasn't like on me like he was on the first night. The second night, he was real chill, whatever case may be, whatever. So second day, all right, again, he goes to whatever practice or whatever he does. And again, the dog come run. I mean, this is frequent now. It's literally frequent. So the dog comes run, hop on the bed, whatever, while I'm asleep. I'm still asleep. And at this point now, I'm feeding the dog. I'm taking the dog out. I'm like the dog sitter, the housewife. I don't know. Just a lot of people, folding clothes, everything. It's just crazy. So I am asleep and I hear a noise. Excuse me? So I'm like, what is that noise? And then I hear like, you still sleep? Like, wake up. Or like something like that. And I'm like, what? Like, is this my phone? Like, is my phone on right now? No, he was talking to me through the camera. What? I cannot make this up. I wish I could. I wish I could make it up. The man literally talked to me through the freaking camera. And I looked up. And I said, I gotta get out of here. Then I freaking heard voices in the background, which indicated that he was looking at me on the camera at practice. I gotta get out of here. So I literally got up, okay, and he was like, I'm about to text you or something he said. And then I'm like, I gotta get out this room. And so then at that point, I realized when he's looking at the cameras, okay? So, peep game. I'm getting ready because now it's time for me to get up out of here. I done walked the dog, I done did all that. Now it's time for me to go. So I text him, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go and like move around town or whatever. So he's like, okay, like what, your Uber, like I'll get your Uber, whatever food you want, like I'll pay for it, whatever. Cool. So I realized when he was on the camera that when he like when he clicks onto the camera turns like green, or like it turns like the dot on the camera turns like green or red. So y'all, I'm in the room getting ready. I look up at the camera's green. He's watching me, okay? So I'm putting on my clothes. I'm hurrying up because it's time for me to get up out of here, all right? So I go to the next room. Camera's green. Go downstairs. Camera's red. It ain't on. He ain't looking. And then it turns green. So then I call him. I'm like, hey, I need the, I'm about to head out. He's like, okay, I'm about to call the Lyft or whatever, the black truck or whatever. Calls it, sends off. So now I get to freely talk to my girls because I'm like, hell no. I am going through it out here. The man house is completely filthy. The man dog is completely friendly, which is fine. But wait a minute. He's watching me. He's like, what the heck? So anyways, all right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out. I'm having a good time. He's making sure I'm having a good time. Everything's fine. And I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. It was really nice. I do appreciate the fact that he did like made sure I was good. I was safe moving around the city. Yeah, it's about to get thick. It's about to get thick up in here. So anyways, mind you, this is the second day. So after I done had fun, whatever, I go back in and now I'm at his house. And I want to say this time he came back and he was a little like standoffish, like a little like weird a little bit. But I was thinking maybe he acted like that because he heard me when I was talking to my friends about the fact that he had all these motherfucking cameras in his house and that his house was dirty. So anyways, I want to say this same night we no, I don't think this is the night we went out to eat. The third night is when the night we went out to eat. But anyways, this night, what did we do? This night, what happened? Okay, so this night we ended up like getting, I want to say we went out to eat, or we didn't order food. I think we went out to eat. And then this night we rode his 4Runner. So finally we had got out like the house or whatever. And so I felt like that was really cool because we rode the 4-wheelers like around the city or whatever. And we just had a good time with that. So that was really cool. We came back inside and we chilled on the sofa or whatever. Again, he rolls a blunt. He just can't go without smoking, obviously. So, you know, whatever. And we end up whatever. And so that was night number 2. Okay, so this is day 3. This is the last day and it's about to be time for me to go. Okay. And so I want to say we ordered food second day because the third day is when we went out to eat. And that's when we actually had like a sober conversation. And it was like, yeah. So anyways, third day. I'm getting dressed, getting ready. And I want to say this day he actually stayed in. Like he didn't have work or nothing. This maybe been like an off day or something. So he was actually here because this day I don't remember the dog like waking me up or whatever. But this day I remember going in the bathroom, right? Mind you, my eyelashes, I know my eyelashes. You know what eyelashes you wear. So I go in his bathroom, and of course, I'm like getting myself together, and I look on the floor. Mind y'all, remember, the house is dirty. I look on the floor. Why is it a whole eyelash in there? So me being me, I'm gonna walk out. I walked out the bathroom. I asked him, I said, when the last time you had a girl over here? And he was like, oh, it's been like a month. It's been like 2 months. Why, what's up? I said, you have an eyelash on the floor. He's like, oh, my cleaning lady must have missed that. Really? Did she really? Did she really? So anyways, I'm over it because I'm like, okay, he's full of it. He's full of games. He's full of BS, whatever. So I'm like, it's you know, I got this one more day and I'm about to head out. So this time I'm like, hey, like today, can you like not smoke? Can we just like have a cool day, calm day, like just be in each other's company and just have a talk or whatever the case may be. So this day we go out to eat, whatever, we have a conversation. And I guess in that moment we kind of realized like, well, we both was on some like, one, I didn't really get to know him for him. Like he was just kind of standoffish. And then 2, he was asking me like questions about like work and stuff like that. And I just feel like I was being 1000% honest with him. I don't know what he didn't like about what I said or whatever the case may be, but whatever. So trip is over. I probably left out some details because it was that bad. I probably literally tried to forget. So trip is over. I'm on the way to the airport, whatever. I get on the plane. So when I was on the plane, I had ended up texting him and I'm like, not gonna lie, like I felt like you kind of acted different when you dropped me off. Like you weren't on some like, you was fucking with me energy. So what's up? Like, what's the problem? but you were literally just on me yesterday at your house. Interesting. He texts me, he's just like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, da 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 da, because you have a problem with me smoking. So the man like literally unfollows me on Instagram. This is happening on the plane. And I'm like, have this man lost his mind? So I read him his rights. First off, player, first off, you had me in this nasty house. Second of all, okay, I don't know who he thought he was. Like, first off, you had me in this nasty house. Your dog is all over me. Like, and the dog wasn't even like clean or nothing. The house was filthy. You watching me on every single camera. So honestly, I feel like the real reason of why he like hit me up on some, I don't know if this is gonna work because you don't like the fact that I smoke. No, this is not gonna work because you heard me talking shit on your camera about you, and I don't take it back. And another reason why he probably felt like it wasn't gonna work was because I'm most likely sure that he had a girlfriend or someone that he was messing with for real, and she just wasn't in town when I was in town because it just didn't make sense. I mean, every single word, because that was just crazy. You had me in this nasty, filthy, stinking house, and you just met me. Like, you would think you would want to be like just clean at least. So anyways, that's my story. That's a story about, that wasn't my first time getting flew out, but that was just a bad experience of me getting flew out. And I will tell you this. If you're gonna fly a young lady out, okay, please make sure your house is clean. Etiquette, proper etiquette. If you smoke weed, that's fine. But don't be just blowing major trees in a girl face. I don't smoke weed. And I told him I don't smoke weed. Don't be just filling up my day with weed because you want to fill up your day with weed. No. Not at all. And I mean, this man had major weed. Like, oh, and let me not forget. On one of the days, I think the second day, this man came in the house and played the game for like 4 hours. What? But before I left, he wanted me to stay longer. No, I'm not staying longer, you psychopath. So yeah, no, like this is crazy. Gentlemen, please have etiquette, okay? Because you're gonna meet someone, all right, a young lady who cares enough about herself, her surroundings, to not be in a filthy house smelling like weed. Who want to smell like weed? That ain't a sexy scent. It ain't something that make me want to just cuddle up on you. And so, yeah, like, no. Heck no. So, yeah, and ladies, you know, get to know a man before you fly out. For real. Because it sounds fun, like, girl, yeah, he paying for my ticket. Girl, yeah, we flying out, like, doo-doo-doo. Like, you know, he paying for me to take off. Like, he played whatever sport he played. Like, yeah, whatever. No. It ain't fun. It's not fun at all. It's really not fun. So, please, ladies, have some conversations with these men and figure out who you getting flew out by. And please, men, have some etiquette. Don't fly no woman out and you know your house ain't clean and your hair ain't cut. Like, come on. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching my flew out story time. I will have more for you guys. This is just the beginning. I already did my makeup and my hair. I do have a new makeup routine. If you guys want me to drop this, please let me know. If y'all want to know where I got my hair from, also just comment in the comment section and I'll let y'all know. Thank y'all so much for viewing this, and please subscribe, like, out guys.